Okay, this last video then we're going to finish up our report. Okay, go back to the report. Okay, so we've just got a couple of little things that we need to do to our report. Let's go back to the instructions. We want to place a label, total income, to the left of the total value of the income field. We also want to put another label that will count the number of staff at the end of the report. Okay, and we're going to put the label total staff to the right of the record. Okay, let me show you what we need to do for that. Okay, so we go back to our report. Great. We're in a report. As I showed you last time, we can adjust all of those things in layout view. Okay, in layout view, we can adjust all of these fields, move all the data around. Looks like we can see everything, all of the fields clearly, all of the titles clearly, all of the values clearly. Okay, we've got a header down here. Oops, let me create that, fix that. Okay, so let's go to layout view. Oops, sorry, no, not layout view, to design view. Okay, when we go into design view, okay, we get this. Okay. This. Oh, sorry, I'm just going to get rid of that text box so it doesn't create any more errors. Okay, so now we want to expand our report footer. Okay, in the report footer, we're going to put those last two things. The text box that has a total, that adds up all of our income, and that shows all of the staff. Okay, so let's do that. In order to do that, we go to create. Oh, sorry, no, we go to design. Okay, in the design tab, you will see all of these little icons. Okay, so we're going to select text box. Okay. Once I click on that, I can go to wherever I want in my report and add a text box. Okay, so I'm going to put it here. Okay, and this one wants to be, this one's going to add up all of the income. Okay, now I can move this text box around. If I want to move these separate boxes, okay, so this where it says text 15, it's going to be the label for this text box here, and this is actually going to calculate something. If I want to move them around separately, I click on the gray box. Oops, click on the gray box. Okay, so if I click on each individual gray box, that will let me move them individually. Okay, if I have them both selected, okay, they will move together as one unit. Okay, so, oops, sorry, I'm just going to try to get them back so they're aligned. Okay, so in our instructions it says that calculates the total value of the income field, displays this at the end of the report under the income field values, formatted as 2 currency with 2 decimal places. Okay, so that looks good. It looks like it's under the income. Okay, and now I am just going to, in this text box, I'm going to type okay. Now, just like in Excel, in these text boxes, I can give them mathematical expressions. Okay, I'm just going to pause this for a second because I'm going to fix a few things. It'll take some time, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, back. Sorry, I just had to check some things, and everything's good. So this text box will tell me, or sorry, this label says income, and in here, I'm going to add up all of my income. So just like Excel, I can put in mathematical expressions. So I'm going to put in equals, just like Excel, all my formulas begin with equals, sum, okay, and I'm going to simply add up boop, 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 all of my income. So I just simply put in the name of that. save it. And if I go into report view, hopefully that will show it. Okay, so I go down there. Yep, and so I'm just going to move this little box so you guys can see it. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, so I still have to format that for currency. No problem. I'm just going to go back into layout view. Okay. Format. Make sure that that is currency is euro. Okay. No problem. And that looks good. Looks like that has saved, or sorry, done that. So let's just go back to our report into report view. And if we go back, yep, great. Okay. I have to create one more label, which is going to tell us how many staff members we have here. Okay, so I can also see here that the staff is a little smushed against the date, so I'm going to change that. So first I'm going to go into design view. Oops, sorry, no, layout view, sorry. Layout view. Okay, and I'm just going to move staff over just a little bit more so they're not so squished with the date. Okay, let's move these guys over. All right, I'm also going to move the staff box. Oops, make the staff box a little bit smaller. Okay, that looks good. Great, that should be good. Okay, so I'm going to go back into layout view. Nope, sorry, back into design view, and I'm going to create another label that will count all my staff members here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to create. Go back into design, get this text box here. Okay, click down here. Okay, so we want this to be under staff. Okay, now we want the label of this to be on the right hand side of this. So very easy again, I just click on the gray box of that, move that over here. Okay, and I believe this is going to be total staff, so I'll just put in here. Total. Good. Okay, and this is just going to count all the staff. Equals count, and I want to count these staff. Just count the entire staff. Okay, staff. All right, save that. Okay, and go back into report view, and let's scroll down. Scroll down. Yep. So we've got our total staff, we've got our income, everything looks good, and I believe that is the put your name. Oh, sorry. Put your name last. Put your name in the page footer to the right and the date to the left. Okay, so let's go back there. Put the name in the page footer to the right and the date to the left. Okay, so my name is here on the left. Okay, just going to change that. So go back to design view. Okay, so my name should be here. And oops, the date to be over here. Okay. Today's the 18th, 12, 2018. And that is that. Let's just see the report again. Great. And I've done that. I've created the report. Everything looks wonderful for that. Okay. See you in class, guys.